Hey, what's up, everybody? Mudman here, and I thought I'd go ahead and give you my review of the Pioneer 1005. That's right, 5 seats. Um, I really enjoyed this machine. I've had it out twice. Uh, Tried a lot of fun stuff with it, and that's the key. This machine is a lot of fun. It's a workhorse. It's a utility vehicle, first of all. Let's remember that, all right? So it's built to do work. But the cool thing is, once the work is done, it's so much fun after. Like yesterday, we were out at Outback, and I was able to, throw the chainsaw in the back, and we went through and cut a few trails. And then after we were done, we even went out and jumped on the motocross track. And this thing performed uh, really great, honestly. I mean, there were a couple of things, and I'll be honest with you, that I wasn't crazy about. One is this thing generates a lot of heat, okay? Which is not that big of a deal in the wintertime. But when it's really hot outside and you're riding, sometimes the heat from either the radiator or, I'm not a tech guy, but it does seem to come up through the engine, and it's a little warm. Not so bad when you're moving and you're up to speed or things like that. But if you're just kind of idling or sitting still or on a trail waiting for somebody or something like that, then it can get a bit steamy. Of course, it was 95 degrees yesterday too. What are the other things? The nets are okay. The biggest thing was I had to figure out how to use the rear seat belts. That was a little frustrating because the design is great, and the seat belts are very safe. Once you figure it out, they work perfectly. Okay, but it was kind of hard. Just kind of you got to figure out which one goes in which and which. So it takes a little bit more time than I like to get someone buckled in the back. The front seat belts are great. They're positioned really good. Don't have any problem putting those on. I really loved the adjustable steering. That made a world of difference, and depending on what size you are. Now the seats don't move up or back, they're pretty much in the same spot, but this helps out with that, okay? The sport mode was okay. I wasn't like super crazy about it. I think I liked the paddle shifting in high gear the best. That was the most fun. Automatic mode is pretty much what I wrote it in. It was just, real smooth. But when I really wanted to get into it, the paddle shifting mode was a lot better. It responded better, and I could make my choices of how much I wanted to be in a certain gear. So the paddle shifting option is fantastic on this machine. When you're feeling sport. The sport mode. The only thing with sport mode is I was this being not my unit. It worried me a little in the high revs. In the sport mode, it holds that first and second gear out a little bit longer. So I was a little hesitant to rev the RPMs up that high in sport mode. But in high gear was awesome. And the same thing with low gear. Low gear, it took a little while for them to shift. So I felt more comfortable in high gear. It just depends on the rider, and keep in mind that I am going from Pioneer 500 into something like this, which is a lot bigger and carries more weight. But overall, this is a fantastic machine. Okay, the engine, I can't say enough about the engine. The power steering is fantastic. It's not overly loose, but it feels good enough. It's very responsive. Some power steering units, they're almost too good, where it's like, you could do it with a finger, and then, you don't want that all the time. You want a little bit of resistance, and I think Honda did a really awesome job at getting it right on this unit. Okay, so that's pretty much it, guys. Feel free to ask any questions or let me know in the comment section. Keep watching. I'm not sure what I'll be in next. I'll tell you what. The best trail riding machine that I've been in. I understand. Listen, I thought the Wolverine was great, and but what I've realized is there's just two different animals right there. So Hatfield and McCoy trails around the ranch or farm or anything like that, take care. And if you're doing any kind of trail ride, long distance, man, this is a great machine. All right, guys, let's ride.